Welcome to an experience powered by Pipe TV.
Powered by Pipe TV. You are now watching Pipe TV.
I said, call your mother. I said, call your preacher. But don't give up. One man, I said, he let you down. One man played you wrong. Hi, this is Chanel, and you're watching Pipe TV.
Hi, welcome to Pipe TV. I'm your host, Lil Nat, and my guest today will be talking about physical health, mental health, nutrition, and how to take care of yourself. Please welcome Karen Lee.
Thank you for having me here.
You're welcome. Let's start with mental health, because nowadays, now that people are more aware of mental health, and a lot of people don't understand what that means. Let's explain to the audience, what is mental health?
Well, mental health breaks down in two categories. One is depression and one is mental health, where someone is born with a mental illness, schizophrenia, bipolar disorders, clinical depressed. But it's all based on the mental psychic of a person. And I think that this became very serious since after COVID 2020.
Yeah, I have to believe into that, because that's when people were home and not keeping busy. People were home with their husbands, their wives, their children.
The dogs.
The dogs, the cats, whatever, the birds, whatever the case. And that's when people started to learn who they were or who they are and who they live with.
Exactly. And also with the pandemic that was going on, that people had a lot of insecurities that was going on. They were losing their jobs, things were shut down, the whole economy, everything crashed. So I think people also built a scare tactic and became depressed, a depression, because I don't want to get confused with depression and mental health.
Right, two different things.
It's two different things. So what a lot of people, like in the United States, they say 8.3% people are depressed, have some form of depression, moderate, severe, slight, some kind of depression, but people have not identified what is depression, you know?
Isn't there different types of levels of depression?
Yeah.
And sometimes people go in and out, correct?
Exactly.
Something will trigger and then they get over it and then they're good.
Exactly.
And there's some people that live with depression that have to be on medications.
Right, that's like the clinical depressed. They're always, they're always like walking on eggshells.
Right.
And they're always depressed. They always have a mood swings.
Right, they have to be in the dark sometimes.
Yeah, they get migraines. So sometimes with that depression, they have to be medicated and they need psychotherapy with that. But some of us who go through a traumatic stress, like especially after COVID, people lost loved ones because of COVID.
Right.
People lost their jobs. Even from a divorce or breakup, right? You're going through some kind of phase of a depression. And some people do not see depression as a clinical disorder,
Right.
because they say, okay, I'm going to get over this.
Right.
It's just something severe. Oh, I will get a new man. I broke up with him. Oh, I get a new girl because I broke up with her. Because usually when you build a lot of time with a person, you build that bond and a relationship. And then when that breaks up, you tend to move on, but you still feel lost.
Right. It is a loss.
Yeah.
Not only do you build a relationship, you share finances with this person. Your families are bonded together.
Exactly.
You know, you do so much and you spend so many years. You spend time.
Exactly.
Time spent is a lot.
Exactly. And to lose time and energy, is you cannot get that back. And I notice now that even when I'm doing my nutrition, a lot of people's focus like, oh, coming in with depression, and I can share my own experience
Yes.
with you, that in my own depression started when my baby brother passed away in January 2022. He died. The way he passed away, it leaves no closure, because he was a young, vibrant man, a doctor. 2 months after he got married, he was found in the bathroom. He was a healthy man, and there was no. We are still going through a situation with that death, but to see if you lose someone tragically, and I'm an activist for gun violence as well, and I'm here with the kids, with the gangs, and I go to speak positively about bullying and all that, to know that when you lose someone of a death, I see a lot of mothers who grieve, because this is no matter what age you are. He was 44 when he passed. A mother always grieves for a loss of a child.
Of course, no
Right.
parent want to lose their children before they go. It's like a parent is supposed to live, and their children is supposed to continue the legacy.
Exactly.
Once the child is gone and the parent is still here, that's a lot of hurt to see. You know what I mean? Or even when a parent lose their spouse or whatever, that's also
Exactly.
painful.
It's-
but to lose
exactly,
a child, to piggyback on what you're saying really quickly, I have a coworker that just lost her son, 30-something years old, 3 young children, and to see her go through that pain after just losing her brother last year. It's losing someone is a lot, and we try to be there for her, because that pain is unexplainable.
It is, because going through my own depression, I had been working in the medical field and dealing with what I was doing. I had to seek out. A lot of people going through depression, losing a loved one. They need a good support group.
Yes.
And a lot of them, they have a stigma. If I go see a psychiatrist, or if I go get grief counseling, there's a stigmatism on you, like, oh, I'm crazy. And that's what's the problem with a lot of people in our community. They do not want to be seen a shrink.
Right.
But sometimes
I don't even
a
like that word, shrink.
Well, a psychiatrist. They
But
call it,
yeah, I know what you
know,
mean.
and it's to know that, because when they have a fear that the first they go to see a psychiatrist, they're going to put me on medication. They're going to put me on some kind of psychotic drugs. And a lot of people are afraid of this medical drugs, or what they want to call it, because they don't know what the side effects are.
Right. But let me piggyback on that again. I started seeing a therapist. And for a long time, I have slight depression ever since I was little. But I'm going through a separation with my husband right now. And when I started seeing my therapist, you do not have to take medication if you don't want to. They ask you if you need it, and you just say, no, I don't want medication. I just need to express myself, and I need you to explain to me where I need to fix, if I need to fix anything or what have you. I need someone to listen to what I'm saying. I don't want medication. So yes, go see a therapist. It helps, because I fought that for a long time.
That's what happened to me. I started seeing a therapist, and I started seeing a psychiatrist, because I saw myself going spiraling down.
Right.
Which, see, as we were saying, that getting back to the physical side, when you go into a depression, it attacks your psychic, and it attacks your physical being. I didn't want to take a shower. I want to stay in bed all day, become a couch potato. I start crying. I start remembering
Absolutely.
memories.
Sometimes you eat a lot. Sometimes you don't want
eat
to
a lot. Exactly.
You know,
And
it's crazy.
And right after my brother passed away, I lost my best friend, Kevin Audley Solomon. He's from Trinidad, and he was a social influencer, TikTok and Instagram. He created his own organization called Yank Nation. And I lost him on June 23rd, 2023. And it's so sad to know that I had two significant deaths, that I really saw myself not becoming a slight depression. It became a severe depression. And that's why I fought not seeing a psychiatrist and a therapist. It's until when Kevin died, I see myself going, listen, I didn't want to do anything. I was crying. And one person I went to, the therapist said, oh, you're supposed to smoke marijuana.
Yeah. What?
It calms you. It heals you.
But the thing about weed is that, yes, it calms you for the moment, but once that high is over, you go right back into that pain, and guess what? You go right back to smoking. It's temporary.
Exactly.
Is there anything else you do to help you with your depression? For me, I roller skate, I do this show, you know, I do radio, I have good friends, good family support. Thank God for that, because not too many people have that. Is there anything else that you do to help you besides speaking to your therapist?
Well, what I do, I became very active in the community. I was always active in the community.
Right.
I was very active in South Jamaica, Queens, but now I moved forward to Flushing, so I do the street fairs in Flushing.
Nice.
I help with the parades to give back to the community.
And you said you're an activist as well.
I'm also an activist. My last great activism was based on legalizing marijuana.
Okay.
But it was not legalizing to smoke, it was legalizing to decriminalize marijuana, because a lot of young African-American kids, young boys and girls get lost in the system.
Right.
Because as an African-American, you get caught with some marijuana, they're quick to throw the book at you.
Right, and give you some kind of crazy years.
So that was my last activism I did to decriminalize marijuana, which now everybody's want to open a smoke shop.
You know they're trying to shut them down, right? Because there's some smoke shops that's really illegal. They even have smoking and, you know, the weed in the bodegas right now. Like, what? You can get a hero and a weed? Like
and a wheatgrass shot and a smoothie with it.
And they got flavors. Like, what is going on here?
So, but pretty much what really saved me as well as my spirituality as well. Because I had to tap into that. Growing up in Trinidad, with my mama, right? Not my Chinese birth mother. I grew up with my black mama. One thing she taught us as a little girl, as we always come from an African-American home or African home, is to pray. That as soon as you know yourself, you on your two knees praying and saying, gentle Jesus.
That's right.
So my mama told me to go back to where my foundation came from, and it was from the Word of God. So as I was saying, that I started getting myself busy. I started getting into the church. I started doing a lot of stuff, and I started working with elderlies like Mr. Clifford. I started working with him. I started being an advocate for elderly people, because a lot of elders are railroad as well. Right. Like going through Alzheimer's and all that. So I've been keeping myself very occupied.
Well, Karen, don't go anywhere, and you don't go anywhere. We have more with Karen Lee on Pipe TV. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Julia Robertson. My album is called The Audio Biography of Julia Robertson, that will be coming out in 2024, and watch it on Pike TV.
Welcome back to Pipe TV. I'm your host, Lil Nat, and we still have my girl Karen here. We were just talking about spiritual awareness and mental health and depression. Now we want to get into all of these products that she has. I see you have sorrel here.
Yes.
What does sorrel do?
Well, girl, this is a sorrel.
It's my Jamaican side, by the way.
Well, this is the Jamaican Trini. You know, we make our sorrel with ginger and all that.
So yeah, ginger is supposed to be really good for you. What does ginger do for you?
Ginger is good for the immune system. It builds the immune system. Sorrel, also known as hibiscus from Jamaica and Trini and the Caribbean. We boil it. The only difference is that we put rum in ours at Christmas time. Rum.
Ray and nephew, what's up? I just don't like the taste of sorrel. Like, it's such a bitter taste.
Maybe didn't make it the right way. Maybe mommy.
Mom don't make sorrow.
So what we boil is we boil with cinnamon, which helps build the immune system. I boil with some ginger, cloves, and what I use is stevia.
Okay.
Because when you go into depression, we always crave for the sweets.
Right. Sweets, salt.
And it creates diabetes, high blood pressure.
It tastes so good.
High cholesterol. we crave for the Popeyes, the KFC.
Fried food, which is not good.
The American Chinese restaurant, the corners, my number on speed dial. You know, chicken wings and pork fries.
When they sit down and have their break, they don't eat what they cook for us.
No, they don't.
I went to an authentic Chinese restaurant because I work for an older adult senior center, and they're Cantonese and Mandarin. And I went to their restaurant, and their menu is totally different.
Well,
nothing fried, mostly steamed.
Well, my mother's from Hong Kong, right? My father's a Trini. Totally confused, but anyway. That'll be another show. So I understand what you say, because in my mom's home, Cantonese, they steam the vegetables.
Right.
They steam the fish. Not like our Caribbean heritage, we like taste. We like season. We like especially curry chicken. Well, chicken curry, however you want to call it. So sorrel is very healthy for you. It builds up your immune system. It's good for the colds, good for sore throat. And the other thing I bought is sea moss. Everybody knows about sea moss. Sea moss is the biggest hype right now.
What is that?
Sea moss is from the sea. It has a lot of omega-3, and also it's from the ocean. So it's like a moss, like grows on the walls.
Okay.
So sea moss has a lot of omega-3, and when you go into a depression, omega-3 is good for the heart.
Okay.
It helps with the heart. It also helps you lose weight. And a lot of women now...
It helps you lose weight?
Lose weight.
That's what
it has a lot of minerals in it. And let me tell you something. Women today are using sea moss on their face. They're not using the men's sperm anymore. They're using
Wait. Rewind that. They use men's sperm on their face to do what?
Well, there's a saying to use, back in the days, they said it should give the protein, used to make the face smooth and stuff back in the days.
Where have I been? I've never heard that before.
I have.
You see, he have.
I'm sure you have.
So a lot of women are using the sea moss now because it has a lot of minerals.
Okay.
And it's very high in omega-3. It's also good for the elderly when you have joint pains and you have to using the closed like drought in. There's 199 minerals in it. God bless Dr. Sebi. He's the one who started with the sea moss. It helps with cancer. It helps with diabetes. It's what I love about it is a super drug.
What do you do? You make it as a drink? You eat it?
You make it as a drink.
Okay.
So what some people, first you have to wash it. So in Jamaica and Trinidad, we wash it with some lime. We let it sit. We take out all the sand and everything from the ocean.
Right.
Then some people put it in a pot to boil, let it sit. Some people just blend it up and leave it in a jar, and then they add it onto their drinks, into the foods,
what
into the
does it taste? Is it a taste, appetizing taste, or
well,
am I have to get accustomed to it?
You have to get accustomed because it's very oceany.
Everything that's good for you, you got to get accustomed to
But
it.
sweetheart, if next time I'm back on the show,
Yes.
I'm invited back, I'll make the drink for you.
Okay.
And you will taste it, because we always see more. Sometimes we add almonds milk in it. We add linseed, flaxseed. This one is shaken. We add these extra ingredients
to make it taste good,
to make it taste good.
Drink it.
Exactly. Okay. And I will make a face product for you that you can put on your face, and you'll see how your face will lighten up and brighten up and everything. The next thing I have is vitamin C. Okay, so when you are going through depression, it attacks your immune system. Okay, because your serotonin, dopamine, the chemicals in the brain, neurotransmitter is down. Those are the happy neurotransmitters that make you happy, bring up the happy moods, and we tend to create more cortisol in our system. So I always focus on getting your immune system up, and it helps also from diabetes, high blood pressure, and all these things. Because usually when you depressed or going through depression, we tend to eat all the fast food and the sugars and stuff. And that's why next thing you go to the doctor 6 months, you got diabetes, you got high blood pressure, you got heart condition, and all that. So I would
High
say
cholesterol, everything.
So that's vitamin C. I always tell everyone take a pack a day, have that. The most important thing that I like to talk about is melatonin. Melatonin is when you're going through a depression, you cannot sleep. A lot of people have sleeping issues. Melatonin usually comes from naturally, everybody has melatonin at night because that helps you to go to sleep at night at a certain hour. Your rhythms is low and stuff. And since you go through depression, a lot of people can't sleep at night because they're worried and stressed.
What if you sleep too much? That also is the opposite. Like, I know a lot of people who depressed, they can sleep all day and don't want no sunlight, no nothing.
That is because your dopamine and serotonin is low. So that's why I say the omega-3, the sea moss will help.
Okay.
Because I'm trying not to promote too much pharmaceutical drugs. I'm trying to do more natural because there is natural stuff that you can do as well. So the melatonin, the one thing I would say, before you start any of these, please speak to your doctor. Get medical advice if this is capable for you, because a lot of people might have underlying health issues, and I don't want them to say go buy melatonin.
And if they're on a medication, it might not go together.
Exactly.
Right.
So I always
Makes
say,
sense.
I'm speaking about these things, but always seek medical attention.
Okay.
And the greatest thing is also, let me do it fast, is vitamin D3. D3 is a good function for the brain. It also helps with the bones. It also helps you bring up your depression, helps you with the chemicals in the brain. And the last but the most important is the Bs, the B3s. That helps with the nervous system because it also it goes with the depression with the nerves. B12s, B6 also good for the brain. It also helps with your immune system. So D3, we don't go in the sun and sit. We are indoor creatures when you're depressed because actually D3 comes from the sun and everything. And one of the main things I always want to talk about, the overall of everything, is that there is hope. Listen to me, guys. There is hope. If you're going through a depression, there is hope. It is not the end of the world. Don't let anyone out your light. God give you a light. Let your light shine.
And you're not by yourself neither.
Exactly.
You always feel like you alone, but there are people out there, even the closest people who you don't think is going through the same thing. All you have to do is open your mouth. You'll be surprised how many people you know personally can say, girl, or yeah, I just went through that last year, or I just went through that 5 years ago. Let me show you how you get out of it.
Exactly. So for me, and I'm speaking to you guys, there is help. Go to your church, speak to your pastor, speak to your priest. I met this wonderful priest called Father Anthony, and I was suicidal. I just got released from the hospital. I tried to kill myself. I couldn't take the pain. And he came and he told me there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Keep going. Keep going. Everybody has a talent. Everybody has something to offer. And if you out your light, what you going to offer to the community? What you going to offer to your family and your friends? So guys, even you have all this, you have love. Even a stranger will come and hug you, that's love. So seek help. Do not be ashamed. Everybody needs help.
Not only that, you have to learn to love yourself.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, when you were born alone. Even if you were twins, somebody was first. You have to be comfortable being by yourself, because that's deep. How can I be by myself? Practice going to dinner alone at a restaurant and just chill out. Practice going to the park when it gets warm and read a book. Find your favorite music. Seek God if that's God for you. Seek Rasta, Jah. Seek Jah, Jehovah, whatever your religion you want. Even if you don't have a religion, there's music, there's exercise, there's so much you can do. You have to find it. But remember, you want to be comfortable in your own skin. So that when you're home alone, you are strong enough to say, I got this. Even if you talk to yourself. Who's going to know if you're in the house by yourself? You know, if you got to find a pet, Get a dog, get a cat, get a fish. Something that'll keep you going, make you happy. Happiness is so important. And you got to find that within you.
Exactly. Yeah, you said right. And I just want to say thank you. I had a good support group. I had my sister in Trinidad, Malika. I had my priest. I had a lot of support around me, even when I had to support my mother and hold her up because she didn't know how to go to the grief. And when I was laid in that hospital and I saw when I had to pump my stomach and I saw my mother tears and she said, I'm going to lose 2 now.
Right.
I'm going to go after you. And I woke up. I said, listen, how can I put a mother through another grief? And that's how I end up internalizing it. And see, depression is how you internalize it and how you externalize it.
Right.
And always externalize it to positivity. And you'll be all right. I'm telling you, you'll be all right.
Thank you so much for your story. Well told. Very much appreciated. Is there any way somebody can reach out if they want you to come out and support them, be an activist in the community?
Yeah. Okay, my name is Karen Legion. I'm on Facebook under Karen Legion. We are about to launch Young Nation 1 in collaboration with memory of Kevin Otley. We do back to school. I also do wellness. I'm also into keep fit as well. I'm also promoting a lot of young artists, bring them out. We give scholarships. We do back to school in Flushing, Queens. So anybody wants to come out, you can reach me at Karen Legion or Eat Fresh and Healthy on Instagram. Thank you, guys. And my number is 646-678-9188 if anybody wants to reach out. My email is kaigodangel04@gmail.com.
Okay. Oh, Karen, thank you again for sharing your story with us. I really, really do appreciate it. It's so heartfelt, and God bless you.
Thank you, sweetheart.
And continue to bless you.
Thank you.
Hi, guys. I'm Lil Nat, and it's Pipe TV.